Morning all, tcDetects back out again. It's my, I think, second hunt in January. The weather isn't great, but it is dry. The day already started off with an interesting experience when my car got stuck in the mud. So the farmer, fortunately I get on well with all my farmers, came and pulled my car out. So that's now in the less muddy bit, and I'm hoping it doesn't get stuck on the way back out of the field. We are hitting this field that I've been on before. I've hardly touched because it's massive. Field beyond it, but a couple of hammers. Back in the last year, I had a Henry VIII and an Elizabeth I off it. So you never know what we're going to find because there's lots of medieval in the area, history that is. So yeah, we're going to crack on with that. And we're using the Rutus Versa in the new software version, which is only about my third or fourth time out with it in the public version of the new software. So we're going to crack on and head that way and see how we get on this morning. And the first signal is down here. It's reading at about 18 to 20, very straight line, and it's out in this bit, I think. On the edge, somewhere there. Right on this, looks like a small target. Tiny target on this end piece. Just see it here. And it was a surface find in essence. It was very close to surface, less than an inch down. Small piece of sort of a flake of copper. Not exciting, but nice and small and thin. So it was picked it out pretty well, like I said, but no real depth to it. Very good signal down here. Mid-60s, very straight line. See what that is? Right, so it's out of the clod. In here somewhere. Another one fairly close to the surface. Like this is it here. Yeah, we have a like a livery button. That second signal in. A button. Doesn't seem very tcDetected, does it? Now, given that I've had hammered off this field, or rather that field over there, just where it's not actually a separate field. The crops just sort of split the field in half. Anyway, so this came up from about, well, you can see it's like what, half an inch on the surface. Not very deep at all, but look at that for the profile. So up are we on the hammered again, and it is quite thin. And then I carried on turning, and then the back of it looks like a stud, looks like a button of, or a stud of some description. Let's clean the top off. Yes, we unfortunately have a stud or a button. And next up, down there about 4 inches down, very clear signal, very strong signal. Not surprising because it's reasonably chunky. We've got what looks like a, well, part of a tap or a, you can see what it did. Off a valve or a barrel tap, part of, or something like that. Don't think there's significant age to it, but a reasonable find. And the next signal is down here. In the mid 50s, good line. See what that is? And I flicked the clod over, kicked it over so I could get it flat to pinpoint on, and lo and behold, I can actually see what the signal was. And it's either a big copy button or a coin of some description just here, sort of rolled out. And the lack of a shank makes me think battered halfpenny of some description. It's quite thin. So next signal was in the high 30s, early 40s. It was a bit faint, and pinpointing indicated there was some depth to it. I think I can see it about there. Yep, pinpointing would suggest so, which is about what's that, about 7.5, 8 inches down. It looks thin, so I'm guessing coin or button. Green. Yeah, it's quite thin, but no obvious shank. But then again, no obvious pattern. I'm gonna go crusty coin with some right edge to it. It was about 7.5, 8 inches down on its side, as no less. Weather's starting to come in a bit now, so I'm not sure how much longer I'll be out, but yeah, we'll see. Car's away, so I'll probably head back to car. Next signal was in the mid 30s, quite faint. It was about 3 inches down. Thought it was just a blob of lead originally, and then I turned it on its side, and a telltale split of what I presume is a very tiny bag seal. So next signal, as per the last clip, I'm heading back to the car, which is over there. I was down there about 4 inches down in the 40s, early 40s. Very clear line, good turn. And I thought it was going to be another button. It's been one of those days where the buttons have been coming up with a couple of coins, but nothing spectacular. So I thought we were going to have one of those days where decent hunt, but nothing to set the pulse racing. Until I dug it out to find this beautiful spindle whorl. See on the top side, you've got the sort of dimple pattern. Dimpled on one side, and then on the other, there are crossing lines, some other raised sort of dimples. Clean this up later, see if we can get better shots of it and better images. But yeah, sort of made the day worthwhile and then some. What a nice spindle whorl. So this one was pretty deep. Wasn't sure how far down I was going to have to go for it. You can see from the pinpointer depth, like a full pinpointer and a little bit, so it's about 9 inches, I guess. And this is at the bottom of the hole. Sort of D-buckle, sort of silvered style. Can't work out any real age to it, or it's a more modern sort of, maybe off a dog's lead or something like that. If it is off a dog's lead, it's managed to get itself fairly deep into a hole somehow. But I'm just the shape of it and the weight, I'm erring on more modern. Shame though. Note for next time on this field, don't do the bottom end, do the middle. Not sure if you can see here, but got what looks like a small silvery thing in the hole. It's about, what are we, 4.5 inches down. Ran in the high 20s, really good line. I'm not sure if I point to it. All these things out the way, I haven't looked at it yet. Here, See the edge of it? Not going to say it is yet until we get it out. Let's have a look. I think it is. We have what looks like a small hammered coin. Bit missing on the edge. Yep, see the cross there. And the pellets. So in addition to the very nice spindle whorl, the silver or silver debuckle, we also now have a small-ish, slightly battered, hammered to go with it. So that's the third hammered off this extended field. What a great day with the Versa. Hot on the heels of the hammered is the next find. In the mid 30s. I don't think it's anything other than a decorative attachment, something coppery by the seam of it. About 3 inches down. But not bad. So next up, I'm heading back to the car. Now I'm assuming this is a ring thing rather than a ring, but certainly gave me pause to the thought at the time when it came out. Clean it up later, but I assume that's not actually a fingering. So I'm probably 100 feet, maybe 200 feet from my car now, and still finding things. So the next thing is this thing, which looks like a piece of copper wire threaded through some sort of hole, which was clearly connected to something. Doesn't look particularly old, but I'm not entirely sure what it is or what it was for. Anybody got any ideas? Please put it in the comments. Thank you very much.